Good morning students and welcome back to our English lecture. Class, today we will start chapter 10, The Adventure with Mitch the Miller's Son, from the supplementary book The Adventures of Robin Hood. Okay, but before starting this chapter we will do the summary of our previous chapter or chapter 9. So the summary is: Robin Hood, Arthur a Bland and Little John meet a stranger on their way in the forest. Robin stops the stranger and asks him to hand over his purse. The stranger refuses and this results in a fight. Robin Hood has a bout with him and comes to know that Gamewell had come to seek his mother's brother Robin Hood. The two relatives here hug each other. Since a warrant of arrest might have been issued against Gamewell, Robin Hood changes his name and calls him Will Scarlet and makes him a member of his band. Okay class, so this was the summary of chapter 9. Now we will do chapter 10. The Adventure with Mitch the Miller's Son. Class, Mitch means a small person and Miller means a person who owns or works in a corn mill, especially one that grinds grain into flour. So the four yeomen with Robin Hood, Little John, Arthur and Gamewell travelled for a long time towards the Sherwood again. All of them got very hungry and wanted to eat something. At this, Arthur said, I know a house nearby, but if I had money, I would bring you what you are looking for, fair cheese and a skin of brown ale. So class, the four yeomen, Robin Hood, Little John, Arthur and Gamewell started their journey to the Sherwood forest again, and there they all were very hungry. They wanted to eat something. Here Arthur the tanner said that if he had money, so he knew a house from where he could bring good cheese or a good brown ale. Robin told Little John to give the money to Arthur, while the rest three of them stepped back to the thicket, waiting for Tanner to return with the food. So here, Robin Hood instructed Little John to give the money to Arthur, and three of them, Little John, Robin Hood and Gamewell, stepped back in the bushes and they waited for the tanner. After some time the tanner came back, bearing with him a great brown loaf of bread, a fair round cheese and a goat skin full of stout March beer slung over his shoulders. Class, after some time, the tanner returned to the place where Robin Hood, Little John and Gamewell were waiting for him, and he brought with him some bread, good cheese and a leather bag which was full of beer. Then Robin Hood took a deep pull the beer. Aha, said he, drowning in his breath, never have I tasted sweeter drink than this. After this, no one spoke, but munched away the bread and cheese lustily. Robin Hood started drinking and he took a big sip of the beer and said that in his whole life he never tasted such a sweet drink. And then no one said nothing and they started eating bread and cheese. At last Robin and Will Scarlet gave the crumbs in their hands to the sparrows, whereas John and the tanner had eaten every crumb of bread and cheese by this time. Class, at last Robin and Will Scarlet gave the crumbs. Crumbs means pieces of bread. Crumbs to the sparrow, and sparrow it is a kind of bird. So after finishing their food, Robin and Will Scarlet gave the bread pieces to the sparrow, whereas John and Tanner finished all the crumbs of bread and all the cheese by this time. Now Robin Hood said, I would like to enjoy something pleasant before going further on our journey. He requested Will Scarlet to sing for them, and here Robin Hood said that he wanted to enjoy something. He wanted to enjoy something pleasant before starting their journey again. So here he requested Will Scarlet to sing a song for them. Will agreed to it but said he will not sing alone. At this, Robin agreed and told others to follow him. And here Will Scarlet ready to sing, but he said that he will not sing alone. He said to others to follow. Sorry, Robin Hood said to others to follow Will Scarlet. Then, clearing his throat, Will started singing. Well sung, said Robin, and now Tanner, it's your turn. And then they all cleared their throats, and Will started singing a song. Said Robin Hood, and now Tanner, it's your turn. And after some time, Robin Hood said to the Tanner that Tanner, now it is your turn, now you will sing. Tanner made excuses that he cannot sing and his throat was not clear, but then he began singing. And class, in the starting, Tanner was giving excuses that he can't sing. Why? Because his throat was not clear. He was not a good singer as Will Scarlet. But at the last, he started singing a song. After this, it was Little John's turn to sing. Robin told him, clear your pipes and sing us a ditty. And here, it was a turn of Little John to sing a song. So Robin Hood told him to clear your pipes. Pipes means throat. So here Robin Hood told him to clear his throat and sing a song for them. No, said Little John, but later on everyone convinced him also to sing. Class, in the starting, Little John said that he will not sing a song, but later on he convinced and he started singing. So thus they all were there enjoying the feast. They were eating, they were drinking, they were singing. So they were enjoying there. But after some time, Robin, breaking the song, said, who is this fellow coming along the road? Little John answered, I think this fellow is a certain young miller. I have seen him now and then around the edge of Sherwood, but he has spoiled a good song. Class, meanwhile the singing, Robin Hood saw a young fellow was coming along the road, and here Robin Hood said that who is he? So Little John answered here that he think this fellow is a certain young miller. Class, miller means a person that grinds grain into flour. So he said that maybe, or he is thinking that this person is a miller. And he again said that he had seen him now and before around the border of Sherwood Forest, and now this person has spoiled their song because now they all were watching him. Robin said, he is not a miller. I think I have seen him before. I saw him crack Ned Bradford's crown about a fortnight ago. And here Robin Hood said that no, he is not a miller, and I think he had seen him before. And when he saw him crack Bradford's crown about a fortnight. Fortnight means 15 days ago. यानी वो उसे 15 days पहले इस कहाँ देख चुका था? नेडो ब्रैडफोर्ड्स क्राउन पर वो उसे देख चुका था. By this time, the young miller had come so near that they could see him clearly, and slowly the young miller came to clear them, and now they all could see him very clearly. A good honest fellow, said Robin Hood. Now let us have a merry jest with him. We will pretend as if we are common thieves and rob him of his things. And here Robin Hood said that they will prank with him. So, and they will pretend him that they are common thieves and wanted to rob him. Then we will take him into the forest and give him a feast such as stomach would never have had in all his life before. So class, here Robin Hood told his fellows that they will prank with the miller and they will pretend themselves as common thieves to him and will show that they wanted to rob him, and after this they will take him to the Sherwood Forest and there they gave him a good food. Okay? We will flood his throat with brown ale and send him back back home with the entire penny he had in his purse. And वो लोग क्या, हम लोगों ने डिसाइड किया कि हम लोग इसके साथ एक प्रैंक करेंगे, एक मजाक करेंगे कि हम लोग इसे रॉब करना चाहते हैं, फिर हम लोग कॉमन थीव्स हैं और हम इसे फिर उसके बाद अपनी फॉरेस्ट में लेकर जाकर इसे एक अच्छी सी ट्रीट देंगे, इसे अच्छा फूड देंगे, इसे अच्छी सी ईल देंगे यानी बेयर देंगे, और इसकी एक भी पैनी जो भी इसके पर्स में है उसे रिटर्न कर देंगे. ओके, सो देवर ओनली क्या कर रहे थे, देवर ओनली ट्राइंग टू देवर ओनली ट्राइंग टू प्ले अ मैरी जेस्ट. Truly it is merry thought, said Will Scarlet, and Will Scarlet said that it is good. It is well planned, said Little John, but may all the saints preserve us from any more troublings this day. God, my poor bones ache so much. Class, here they all were planning how to play a prank with the miller, and here Little John said that today God may save them from any more troubling thrashing or problem, because he said that his bones are still paining. So all four of them ran towards him and surrounded him, and all four of them, Robin Hood, Little John, the tanner, and Will Scarlet, reached to the miller and surrounded him. "Hold on, friend," cried Robin to the miller, whereupon the miller turned slowly and looked at each in turn, all bewildered. So यहाँ क्या होता है, Robin Hood exclaimed, "Hold on, friend," and Miller turned to them and they were surrounded him. So Miller was very confused. "And who are you, good friend?" said the miller, throwing the great sack of meal from his shoulder to the ground. "And who are those with you?" "We are 4 good Christian men," said Robin, "and would like to help you by carrying part of your heavy load." So class, here Little John, Tanner, Will Scarlet, and they all surrounded the miller, and here the miller was very confused. He asked Robin Hood, "Who are you, and who are others with you?" So here Robin Hood replied him that we all are good men, and we want to help you by carrying your load. "I give you all thanks," said the miller, "but my bag is not that heavy that I cannot carry it by myself." Class, the miller said that he will give them all, but his sack is not as heavy as they are thinking. "No, you are mistaken," said Robin. "I mean that you might perhaps have some heavy farthings or pence with you, and to speak of gold and silver." Here Robin Hood said that the miller is taking them wrong. He just want to say that you should give them all the money which you have. Our good gaffer Swenthol says that gold is an over heavy burden for a two-legged ass to carry, so we would even lift some of this load for you. And here Robin Hood said that a good fellow says that gold is a very heavy burden to a foolish person, so we are here to lift your load. "Alas," cried the miller, "what do you want me to do? Do me no harm, I pray you, but let me depart in peace. Moreover, let me tell you that you are upon Robin Hood's ground, and if he finds you seeking to rob an honest craftsman, he will clip your ears to your heads and scourge you even to the walls of Nottingham." Here the miller requested them to leave him, and he said that they should know that they are standing upon the ground of Robin Hood, and when Robin Hood will get to know what they have done to him, he will not leave them, and he will twist their ears, and Robin Hood will punish them. At this, jolly Robin Hood said, "In truth, I fear Robin Hood no more than I do myself, but you have to give me every penny you have, or else I will rattle this stuff about your ears." And class, here Robin Hood said that he does not fear anyone, and the miller has to give them every penny, otherwise he will hit his staff on the miller's ear. No, smite me not, cried the miller, throwing up his elbow as though he feared the blow. You can search me, but you will not find anything in my pouch, pocket, or skin. In class, here the miller cried, "Don't hit me." He was very afraid. He was very afraid now and said that they can search him, but they will not find anything. It is so, said Robin Hood, looking keenly upon him. Robin Hood उसी क्वेश्चन पुटअप करते हैं, क्या तुम सच कह रहे हो? उसे अच्छे से देखता है. Now I believe what you are telling is not true, and said that I am not going to believe you that you are telling truth. You are not telling truth, and I think you must have something at the bottom of the sack of the meal. And he said that I am sure that you have hide the money at the bottom of your sack. Okay, so class, this is enough for today, and we will continue this chapter in our next video. Till then, goodbye and take care.